Sam, I have been saying, and I'm afraid you can blame me for this if you want. Anybody but Edmonton.
Okay.
That's what I've been saying. When the Kings clinched a playoff spot earlier in the week, I am sick of Edmonton. We have lost to them 4 years in a row. Connor McDavid is superhuman. And lo and behold, I got my wish. But I'm not so sure that McKinnon isn't as good as McDavid.
In many ways, he is.
And McKinnon, by the way, plays for Colorado, who has the best record in the NHL. So this is a classic case of, hey, Ireland, be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for, which Kings fans would have been saying had Edmonton beat us 5 years in a row. Obviously, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, think about the Rams and Eagles, how they hate each other.
Yeah.
They have one playoff game of note recently. Imagine 4 years in a row of the same team in the first round. So 5 losses.
And didn't one of those years we had a 2-0 lead and blew it?
Last year we hosted and had a 2-0 lead, and even we're up in game 3. So good hockey knowledge, John Ireland. I know that you are a puckhead, a puck knower. Yes.
This time of year.
Yes, this time of year. You got to know. It's kind of like the tournament.
Sam, Mason summarized this in one sentence, and it was brilliant. He said, talking about Mason and I.
Yes.
We are not hockey fans. We're Kings fans.
Kings fans.
That's the difference.
And guess what? That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Do you remember when the newscasts in 2012 were coming out and everyone was trying to get caught up at that time? Because all of a sudden we're in the Cup final. No one expected it.
Yes.
Right. Drew Doughty, we heard on the air.
Yeah.
Andrew Kopitar. Like there was a lot of getting to know people right in front of us. Well,
and that year in 12, weren't they the 8th seed like they are now?
So you ask about Colorado and McKinnon. I will say you're right. McKinnon, McDavid, good comparison. This year McKinnon has led the league in scoring. Usually it's McDavid who does that. McKinnon has led the league, I should say, in goals. McDavid leads in overall scoring. McDavid is much more the Gretzky guy that's going to do it year after year leading the league. McKinnon has won a Hart Trophy as the MVP. He's won a cup with these Avs in 2022. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Nathan McKinnon in this version of the Avalanche.
The other thing, Mace, you and I need a waiver for something.
What?
For the next 2 weeks, we're going against our guy, Kevin Demoff.
Oh, this is good.
Oh,
I forgot
about
Kevin runs Cronky Sports, which includes the Avalanche. Kevin, we love you. You're our favorite sports executive. For the next 2 weeks, you are dead to us.
I love that you mentioned this.
Dead to us.
I believe the Avs were in the Rams suite this year when they came to visit the Kings. That actually happened. So there is this weird juxtaposition. I'll say this much. You brought up 2012 in that run. The President's Trophy winner, that is the number 1 team in the league, was the Vancouver Canucks. Kings in that first round beat him. And by the way, crushed them.
Not close, right?
Yeah.
They were up 3-0 and beat him in 5 games. I mean, it was a wow moment for everybody.
Doesn't it always come down to, like in this case, Forsberg, doesn't it always come down to goalie play?
So, yes. Now, the difference is Jonathan Quick was clearly the starting goalie all year for the Kings that season.
And they've had a change. It went from Kemper to...
We just discovered Forsberg.
Sam, I think this is a good thing. I think that the fact that they don't know Forsberg really well might work in our favor. It's the Frankie Rodriguez on the Angels in 2002.
Sneak attack.
When no one had faced him and he came in the playoffs and started mowing people down. Can I make the same argument at goalie for the Kings?
It's like a September call-up, essentially.
Right.
Yes,
right.
Forsberg is sort of new news. Not to mention the starting goalie of the Kings, Darcy Kemper, who, by the way, hasn't been the same. You mentioned it, mate.
Since the Olympics.
The Olympics were devastating for the Kings.
He was on the Olympic team, but he didn't play.
He was actually the third. He actually ended up being third, so he really sat around, and that's not good for a goalie, as you know. He can't just be sitting around for all that time. So Kemper, though, won the Cup with the Avs in 22. So they certainly know him better, not only in just having faced him recently, they really
one of their
know him.
Teammates.
Correct.
Okay.
So Forsberg is an unknown, John. I like that. I like that tactic. He could be an unknown. I can see a case, though, where DJ Smith is asked very quickly in the series, are we sure we're sticking with Forsberg? Yeah. I mean, the Avs are that good. I mean, the likelihood that he's going to shut them out here, that's likely not to happen. But I would say, yes, the X factor could be Forsberg. The other guy who you both know well, though, could be an X factor, Quentin Byfield.
He's scoring like crazy.
He's been on fire recently. He's got 5 points in the last 3 games. He has turned his game around. He is a 20-goal scorer yet again. He scored his career high
Who's
this
on
season.
his line with him?
So it's LaFerriere that's on his line that's really kicking ass right now. And Trevor Moore. Both have been really good. And Byfield.
So who's with Panarin and Kopitar? Who's the third on that?
So we call this line. You guys come up with whatever nickname you like.
Okay.
All right. So when Corey Perry left, he had number 10.
Right.
And Panarin got number 10 back. That's the number he wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
That line is 9, 10, 11, which is cute.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
9, 10,
so
11.
9, 10, 11 is a great
Panarin
line.
doesn't wear Bailey's number
he used
anymore?
to be 72, which was a controversy, right? Yes.
Well, no, Bailey said he could wear it.
He was. They exchanged Rolex. Remember, not exchange. Panarin got a Rolex to Bailey.
Okay.
All right. And then they said, we're squashing the number. We're all good here. And then right after the Rolex, Perry goes, and now he's got number 10.
All right, so let me share this with the audience. I mean, everybody knows I tell the same story a million times, but this is a good one. The reason Bailey is named Bailey and the reason that he wears number 72 is kind of cool.
It's a great story.
The reason he's named Bailey is when the Kings moved into Staples Center back then and they were looking for a mascot was 9/11, right after 9/11. And Ace Bailey was the Kings' chief scout and was killed along with a scout named Mark Bavis on one of those 9/11 flights.
Yes.
I think it was the one coming from Boston.
Yep.
And so Ace is killed in a 9/11 crash, and they go to his family, and they said, we're going to have a lion as a mascot, and we'd like to name him Bailey in your honor. And the family said, we love it. Go for it. And the reason he wears number 72 is that is the average temperature in the city of Los Angeles, 365. It's 72 degrees.
That's so cool.
So
awesome number.
When Panarin came in and he said, I want to wear 72, everybody went, well, we don't want to mess up this Bailey thing because that story I just told. And they decided, well, a mascot and a player can have the same number.
Yes.
So coach said, and now you say when Corey Perry left, Panarin switched to 10, and now
he
it's
went
no
back
longer
to 10.
a thing.
So they weren't going to do it. Between him and Perry, they weren't going to do
So
it. So that's what happened. So now
Okay.
that line is 9, 10, 11, which is cool. Also, they're called AAA because it's Adrian Kempe, Anjay Kopitar, and Artemi Panarin. So AAA, you got that as well.
I like that.
So that's a
AAA
fun
line
one.
is awesome.
I call them tic-tac-toe because a lot of times that's what they're doing, tic-tac-toe to each other. But 9, 10, 11 is the best. When kids are around or when we're able to go to the ice and watch before the game, people ask, who are the best players on this team? It's always fun to just say, 9, 10, 11.
So,
That's all you
Sam,
gotta
I
know.
started
9, 10,
my
11.
playoff beard 6 weeks ago.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
It looks, by the way,
6 weeks
what
ago.
do you think, Ireland?
It's like homeless chic.
What's it? I was going to say, you got trouble growing a beard, don't you?
Yes.
It's very,
That's
very
as thick as
spotty.
you will not be able to audition for the role of Santa Claus.
No,
without
not
a
at all.
No, you're going to need
beard.
a little more. Right. There's got to be a little more girth
Something's
to that.
gotta-
mess,
how
but
much-
So,
Yeah.
Sam, I know with your heart you would pick the Kings. With your head, what is this series? Is it probably Avs in 6? Is it what? Or let me ask you a better question. What's the path for the Kings to upset them? What would that look like?
This is the path. Here's the good news. The team as it's assembled right now has not faced the Avalanche. This is why. So Panarin is a new addition. He faced them once. And DJ Smith was head coach. His first game as head coach was the final game against the Avalanche.
Okay.
That's tough to say he's going to win that game, right? So he didn't. And Scott Laughton, who has been winning faceoffs for them, who they got in the second trade deadline, he's been a key to this team. They have not faced the Avs with Laughton, Panarin, and DJ Smith as the head coach. So there's something new there. The path is Quentin Byfield has to shut down that McKinnon line, and that's his job.
Okay.
McKinnon, even though Byfield's an offensive player, just like Kopitar, you're a defensive forward. That's who Byfield is. That's the key.
So, dumb question for me because I don't watch the Kings every game like you do. Is Doughty eligible to even play? He's been hurt most of the season.
Doughty
right?
is absolutely playing.
Okay.
And he'll be a big part of this. How about this, John? Doughty not only leads the Kings in ice time still every night, he is one of the top over his career. He leads in ice time in the league. And what's cool as far as defensemen, and speaking of beards,
Yes.
Brent Burns plays for the Avalanche, who used to be the famous Shark with a humongous beard as well. He's a legend. But Doughty, for sure, John, you're going to see Doughty a ton in this.
Okay, good.
And keep this in mind, boys. 3-on-3 hockey's out. This is back to 5-on-5 all night.
The whole
That's
time.
what it takes.
Right.
And,
Okay.
and I would say
And overtime, regular overtimes if the games are tied.
correct. It goes all night.
So what's
If it
our
has to.
schedule?
So the schedule's this. We got a noon game on
Mhm.
Sunday, which is a lot of fun. All right. So sort of like a football schedule. Then you got game 2 in Colorado on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Game 3, is here in LA. That's on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Game 4 at Crypto on next Sunday.
Next Sunday, wow.
1:30 start time, which is really cool. So I love the schedule right now. And the path, John, I would say the path is going to overtime. Nobody played more games in overtime than the Kings in the history of this league than the Kings did this season. So getting this team, being even with this team into overtime, I could see some fun there. And the question might be, John, who wins more games in the first round, the Lakers or the Kings? Could be an interesting.
It's a fair question.
It is.
Yeah,
I think it's fair.
They're
leaning
They're
Kings.
both huge underdogs.
Yeah,
They are
huge
massive,
underdogs.
massive
Yeah.
underdogs. But the beard
Gotta
looks good.
believe.
Gotta believe.